The episode begins with Mordecai and Rigby arriving at the park to discover that a critical piece of machinery has broken down: the park's main maintenance generator, which powers much of the park's equipment and attractions. Benson is visibly frustrated, pacing and explaining that without the generator, several areas will be non-functional, including the golf course, the snack bar, and even basic lighting for the park house. He immediately tasks Mordecai and Rigby with helping to fix the problem, though it's clear he has low expectations given their history of mishaps. Mordecai and Rigby, initially excited for a hands-on challenge, quickly realize the generator is far more complex than they anticipated, with tangled wires, leaking fluids, and confusing mechanical interfaces. They begin by inspecting the generator, trying to identify the source of the failure. Rigby suggests they just hit it a few times to wake it up, while Mordecai attempts a more careful approach, tracing wires and examining the panels. They discover that several internal circuits have blown, some gears are misaligned, and a few pressure valves are completely jammed. Mordecai explains that repairing it will require careful attention, a methodical approach, and precise coordination, things neither of them are particularly known for. Rigby, as usual, panics and repeatedly asks if they can just call someone else, but Mordecai insists they at least try to fix it themselves. As they begin repairs, the generator's problems escalate dramatically. The machine emits loud grinding noises, sparks fly from exposed circuits, and panels begin rattling violently. Every time they repair one issue, another appears. At one point, a valve explodes, sending steam and grease everywhere, coating both Mordecai and Rigby in thick, slippery residue. Their attempts to clean and adjust the generator become increasingly slapstick and chaotic, creating a mixture of tension and comedy. Mordecai yells instructions while Rigby fumbles with tools, often making things worse despite his enthusiasm. Meanwhile, Pops, intrigued by the commotion, floats into the generator room with innocent curiosity. He asks questions that unintentionally complicate things, such as suggesting they try magic or a song to cheer it up, adding humor while also emphasizing how out of their depth Mordecai and Rigby really are. Skips appears at one point, calmly assessing the situation, and warns that the generator is dangerously unstable. He offers advice on how to stabilize pressure valves and reconnect circuits correctly, but Mordecai and Rigby misinterpret his instructions, creating temporary disasters like short-circuiting a panel or flooding the floor with oil. The midpoint of the episode introduces a series of escalating problems. The generator begins to shake violently, lights flicker across the park, and automated systems start running erratically. Golf carts zoom uncontrollably, sprinklers activate randomly, and concession machines start spitting out food without control. Mordecai and Rigby attempt to manually override the system, dodging hazards while trying to reconnect broken components. They experience a mixture of panic and exhilaration, realizing that if they fail, the park will be completely unusable and Benson will be furious. The climax occurs when the generator reaches a critical state. Pressure builds to dangerous levels, warning alarms blare, and the entire room vibrates as if the machine is about to explode. Mordecai quickly calculates a risky maneuver to release the pressure safely, instructing Rigby to operate the valves in precise sequence while he handles the internal circuits. Rigby, nervous but determined, follows Mordecai's guidance exactly. Sparks fly, steam hisses, and panels clang as they synchronize their actions perfectly. Just as the pressure peaks, Mordecai flips the final switch, and the generator stabilizes with a massive mechanical sigh. Lights across the park return to normal, machinery stops malfunctioning, and a sense of calm descends on the crew. Benson enters to inspect the generator, initially skeptical given the chaos he witnessed. When he sees it functioning perfectly, he is impressed, though he hides it behind his usual stern demeanor. Mordecai and Rigby exchange a proud glance, knowing they accomplished something truly difficult. Muscle Man walks in, flexing and joking that he could have fixed it faster, while Pops cheers joyfully, floating above the group in celebration. Skips nods quietly, silently acknowledging their effort and teamwork. The park is safe again, and the generator hums steadily, ready to support the park's operations. The episode ends with Mordecai and Rigby, exhausted but satisfied, leaning against the generator and joking about how they almost destroyed the park, yet somehow saved it. They share a brief reflective moment, realizing that despite their usual incompetence, they can rise to the occasion when it truly matters. The camera pans out as the park glows under the restored lights, machinery running smoothly, and the duo walks away, leaving a lingering sense of triumph mixed with comedic relief.